Well, good afternoon and welcome to Westby High School for today's Coulee Conference finale for both teams here, as Westby is going to take on Viroqua. Westby has already sealed the deal on a conference championship this year, trying to close out a perfect conference season at 12-0. Viroqua earned a 7 seed and will play Richland Center in the first round of the playoffs come Thursday. That will be at Viroqua. So some lineups leading off for Viroqua. We have the center fielder, Whitney Scrady, followed by the pitcher, Zoe Clark. The third baseman is Bryn Swenson. And your second baseman is Maddie Zuby. First base is Maggie Barra, batting fifth. Left fielder is Emily Barra, batting sixth. Doing the catching is Braylon Zitzner, batting seventh. Batting eighth is Mara Anderson. She will be at shortstop. And batting ninth and playing right field is Emily Hubach. That's the lineup for the Viroqua Blackhawks tonight. Defensively for Westby, Jada Berg will do the pitching. Kennedy Brigham is behind the plate. Easton Grass is at first base. Olivia Nedland is at second base. Whitney Hansen is playing shortstop. Maddie Comey playing third base. And in left field is Abby Lease. In center field, Hannah Nelson. And in right field is Kenzie Stelner. Well, the throw is down and we're ready to go. Today's game brought to you by ADRC. When it comes to making connections between you and your community, it's the Aging and Disability Resource Center of Vernon County. ADRC, one of our great sponsors. This is, of course, Coulee Conference softball action brought to you by Western Wisconsin Video Productions, and we're just about ready to get underway. Beautiful, beautiful afternoon for softball here to close out the regular season for both teams. And pitch number one is tapped to Berg. Going to be a tough play. Throws high and safe. She beat it. So a good start for Viroqua. They're going to get an infield single. And that's going to bring up the pitcher, Zoe Clark, with the runner on here in the first inning. Put that in a perfect spot. Berg with a nice play. Threw just a little high. I think she was going to beat it anyway, as Clark is going to bunt, and that's going to be foul as Brigham pops on that one in foul territory. 0-1 is the count. So Scrady, the runner at first here. Nobody out, just getting underway here. We're in the top of the first inning. Zoe Clark, the pitcher for Viroqua, is the batter. And Berg comes, squares to bunt, gets it down. It's a good one. Comey fields it, fires to first. Nedland's covering, and Abby Lease comes in from left to cover third. That keeps Scrady at second base. So a sacrifice bunt for Zoe Clark is the first out of the inning. Westby coming off a 15-4 win over a solid La Crescent team last night in non-conference action. That game was 4-4 going into the top of the sixth inning, as there's a strike to Bryn Swenson, the third baseman. It was 4-4 going into the top of the sixth inning last night, and Westby picked up 3 runs in that top of the sixth, and then a barrage in the top of the seventh to open that one up and win it decisively, 15-4. Quickly 0-2 now to Swenson. Scrady, the runner, on second. Berg gets the sign. Comes with the 0-2. It's tapped out in front. This could be another tough play. Berg picks, throws to first. They get the out at first. Nice play by Jada Berg, and successfully moves the runner to third base, but now with 2 outs. That brings up the second baseman, Maddie Zuby, with a chance to give Viroqua the early lead here with a base hit. Berg gets the sign. Comes with the pitch, and that's going to be a strike. I believe it was a called strike. I don't know that she offered. Doesn't really matter. It's a strike either way. Quickly 0-1 with 2 outs here. Scrady, the runner, on third for Viroqua. Swings through that high fastball. Quickly 0-2. Viroqua looking to attack Berg early in counts, it would appear, as every batter's been up there hacking. Scrady with an infield single to start things off. She stands at third now with 2 outs and 0-2. Pitch coming and strike 3, and Berg picks up her first strikeout, and that's going to strand Scrady at third base. So we've played 1/2 inning. Viroqua got 1 hit. There were no runs on 1 hit. There were no errors and 1 left. We've played 1/2 inning. It is 0-0. Westby coming up. We'll be right back.
There are a lot of good reasons to shop the Westby Cooperative Creamery Cheese Store in Westby. Try the all-new sour cream pouch filled with fresh, all-natural sour cream that makes serving a whole lot easier. Just squeeze to put the finishing touches on any meal with no mess. Squeeze on tacos, chili, baked potatoes, you name it. Store it in your fridge for any time or bring it along on camping trips and picnics. Squeezable sour cream pouches are convenient farm-to-table country goodness from Westby Co-op Creamery.
Valley Fudge and Candy, located in downtown Coon Valley, where old-fashioned quality meets today's fresh new flavors. Handcrafting over 75 different flavors of fudge, and made with our very own local Westby Cooperative Creamery butter. Stop in and see Lyndon or Steve today, downtown Coon Valley. That's Valley Fudge and Candy.
ADRC of Vernon County, supporting elderly and the disabled. 402 Courthouse Square. The ADRC of Vernon County is looking for volunteer drivers in Hillsborough, Lafarge, and Ontario. Help transport your neighbors to medical appointments or for daily errands. Mileage reimbursement is available. Call Vernon County's Aging and Disability Resource Center today.
Some more of our wonderful sponsors to get through. We have the Bank of Cashton. Experience, competitive rates, independent nature, and flexibility to serve you on an individual basis. It's the Bank of Cashton. And Bethel Home and Services, originally supported by 32 Lutheran churches in Vernon County. Bethel Home and Services is an extraordinary faith-based elder care facility for area residents. Call 608-637-2171 to learn about the many opportunities for residents, volunteers, donors, and employees at Bethel Home Services. And Bobby John's. Bobby John's with scratch-made home-cooked food, cold drinks, and a family-friendly atmosphere. Give them a try today. Call ahead at 608-654-7611. Bobby John's right there in Cashton. And Cade Clearing. When it comes to clearing out old tree stumps or taking down hazardous trees, be sure to contact Cade Clearing. Contact Brett at 608-615-0827 or Riley at 608-632-3678. Cade Clearing. So we're coming up to the bottom of the first here. Kennedy Briggan's going to lead things off for the Westby Lady Norse. Zoe Clark pitching for Viroqua, and her first pitch is taken for a strike. So 0-1 to Briggan. And she swings through that little off-speed offering, I believe, and quickly down 0-2. And here comes Clark's 0-2. Briggan taps this one down the third base line. It's going to roll foul. Picked up by Swenson. Still 0-2. We're in the bottom of the first, no score. Viroqua had a base runner stranded at third in the first inning. Clark comes again with the 0-2. That's inside, and Kennedy somehow managed to get a piece of that one and hit it right back at her own dugout behind her. Fighting off an inside pitch. Good battle here for Kennedy Brigham. And another 0-2. That one's taken inside. Nearly caught her elbow there. Brings the count to a ball and 2 strikes. Olivia Nedland on deck, followed by Kenzie Stelner. Jada Berg is the cleanup hitter. Hannah Nelson's going to hit 5th. And the 1-2 is tapped foul on the third base line. Whitney Hansen's batting 6th. Maddie Comey batting 7th. Kylie Molladall, the designated player, batting 8th. And Abby Lease batting 9th tonight. So it'll be Olivia Nedland followed by Kenzie Stelner here in the first. Count stays 1-2. Here comes Clark. That one's high and away and evens the count at 2-2. Good at bat going here for Brigham. Behind 0-2, fouled off some tough pitches. Has worked the count to even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. And the pitch fouled off again. That might have went off Kennedy's foot. The count stays 2-2. Well, if you've been able to watch some games, you kind of understand that Westby's offense really flourishes when they can get that leadoff runner on. They really like to put pressure on the base paths and play some small ball and score runs as Brigham hits that one foul. Clark really having to work on this leadoff batter. 2-2. There's strike 3. Got her on the high outside fastball there, and Viroqua has recorded its first out. First strikeout for Clark. Good at bat for Brigham. Really made Clark work. Threw probably 10 pitches in that at bat, but earns the strikeout. That brings up the second baseman, Olivia Nedland. And that pitch is in the dirt for ball 1. Swings through that offering, evens the count at a ball and a strike. Popped up, third base side coming on and makes the catch is Swenson. Good reaction there from Bryn Swenson. Comes over and retires Nedland on the pop-up for the second out. That brings up Kenzie Stelner. Had a big night at the plate last night. Couple of home runs, including another grand slam. I believe that's her 3rd grand slam of the year. Second game with multiple home runs. She hit a 2-run homer in the first and a grand slam in the 7th. Kenzie Stelner having a fine year all around for Westby. Looks at a strike there, evens the count at a ball and a strike. Ooh, that pitch taken for a strike. That looked to here to be a bit generous, but he's got a better view than I do. Most umpires I've seen have been pretty tight on those corners, but he gave him a little bear. I don't know if she fought that one off to stay alive in the at-bat or prevent herself from getting hit. That was way inside. Stelner did a nice job of battling that pitch. 1-2. Clark comes, and this one's hit into left fairly well. Coming out over the head, makes a nice running over the shoulder catch as the left fielder. That's Emily Barra, and a good first inning for Viroqua as they retire the side in order. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. And at the end of one, it is 0-0. We'll be right back.
American Family Insurance. For all your protection under one roof, be sure to give Miranda Wright a call, 634-3612 or 638-3612. Offices in Westby and Viroqua. Miranda Wright Insurance Agency with hard-working farm insurance. Wishing all the best to the area teams throughout the year.
Bobby John's, downtown Cashton, now open for your enjoyment. You'll find your all-time favorite breakfast, lunch, and dinner items on their extensive menu. Stop in, say hi to Sam and Jolene Balto today. They're located at 913 Front Street and open every day of the week except Mondays. Call ahead 608-654-7611. We'll see you there.
Sleepy Hollow of Viroqua. If you're looking to sell a vehicle that you no longer use, be sure to stop in. Call Sleepy Hollow today, 637-8300. Welcome to Sleepy Hollow on the north side of Viroqua. We're glad you're here. Embroidery and more. For quality embroidery, sewing services, screen printing, and promotional products at reasonable rates. Be sure to stop in. See Greg Danes at their location, 210D Swigum Road in Westby. Get the job done right the first time. Best of luck to the Norsemen, Eagles, and Blackhawks throughout the year.
Welcome back here to Westby High School. Some more of our great sponsors. Carmen Fortune, your local New Directions real estate expert. Call 608-606-2497 or email Carmen at newdirectionsre.com today. Carmen Fortune of New Directions, serving the Coulee and Driftless region of Wisconsin. And Cash and Building Supply, friendly customer service with your best interests in mind, bringing you only the best quality material for your project. And Cash and Farm Supply. Cash and Farm Supply is the leader in the organic feed industry, certified as an organic feed mill there. Looking to raise your own organic pullets, the place to go is Cashton Farm Supply. Well, ready to go here in the top of the second. Maggie Barra, the first baseman, is going to lead off for Viroqua. Left-handed batting, facing the left-handed pitcher, Jada Berg. First pitch is fouled over towards the Westby dugout. And Berg ahead on the count. 0-1. That pitch is tapped into the same spot. Played over there nicely by Coach George Hopkins. Berg ahead 0-2. And here it comes. That's strike three taken on the outside corner. Once again, it appears this umpire is going to have a wider strike zone maybe than we're used to. And yeah, I say nothing wrong with that. And that brings up Emily Bear, the left fielder, coming off that fine catch in left field as that pitch is taken for a strike. That pitch upstairs evens the count at a ball and a strike. Pitch is taken for a strike right on that inside corner. Bear appears to be pretty close to the plate there. Kind of went right under her hands, which happens to be the inside corner. 1-2 is the count. Goes back outside, but a little too far upstairs. Evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. And the payoff is swung on and missed. 3rd strikeout in a row for Berg going back to last inning. And that brings up the catcher Braylon Zitzner with 2-way, another lefty. So 3 lefties in this inning so far. Berg gets a swing and a miss. Well, I think both these pitchers are really going to benefit if the strike zone's truly out to those corners. It's going to be pretty tough for the offenses to get going. That one's right down the middle for strike 2. Quickly 0-2 to Braylon Zitzner. Berg gets the sign. Looking to go up and away. And it's away and gets the swinging strike. So Berg strikes out the side here in the top of the 2nd. We have no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. We have played an inning and a half. It's 0-0. We'll be right back.
Sealands Carpet Land, located in the heart of Coon Valley. When it comes to your flooring needs, no one is better than Sealands Carpet Land. Luxury vinyl, tile, carpet, or hardwood floors. Contact the professionals from Coon Valley. Sealands Carpet Land, 452-3129. If you walk on it, they sell it.
Effinger's Equipment Sales and Service for all of your outdoor power products. 800 North Main. Give them a call at 637-7495. From chainsaws, garden tillers, lawnmowers, zero-turn, and much more. You'll find all these items at Effinger's Equipment Sales and Service, and they service what they sell.
And welcome back to Westby. We played an inning and a half, still 0-0. Look at a couple more of our great sponsors. Chaseburg Farmers Union Co-op, located at 113 Cactus Drive in Chaseburg. Give John Mislivicek or any of his team members a call at 608-483-2194 for quick and friendly service. From fuel to fertilizers, feed rations to livestock health, the place to go is Chaseburg Farmers Union. And Coon Valley Telecommunications, serving the Coon Valley, Chaseburg, and Stoddard communities with quality technology over the years. For DSL, long distance, and local phone service, it's Coon Valley Telecommunications. Well, leading off this bottom of the 2nd for Westby is the pitcher Jada Berg. She'll be followed by Hannah Nelson and Whitney Hansen. And if anybody can reach, Maddie Comey. Well, Clark's ready to go. Jada Berg stands in, and bottom of the 2nd is now underway as that pitch is in the dirt for ball 1. That pitch taken for a strike. 1-1 is the count to the Westby pitcher, Jada Berg. That one curved nicely. That was a beautiful pitch by Clark. Started on the outside corner and just kind of kept riding away from the right-handed hitter, Jada Berg, and she swings through that one. Makes the count 1-2. And here it comes, and she swings through that one for strike 3. So another strikeout recorded for Clark. Is the first out of the inning. Brings her up to 2 strikeouts early in this game, and that brings up the center fielder, Hannah Nelson. Westby only 4 batters in yet to have a base runner as Nelson hits that one foul, not a play. Both pitchers been working ahead in the count here for the most part. Nelson looks at a ball, evens the count at a ball and a strike. Nelson swings through that one. Brings the count to 1-2. Might have been a little bit low. Left side of the infield playing pretty deep. Not really worried about a bunt, well, especially with 2 strikes, but they've been back there the entire at-bat. Here comes the 1-2 as Nelson lifts this one into left field. Barra's under it and makes the catch for the second out. That brings up the shortstop, Whitney Hansen. So Westby's bat's pretty silent here so far in this ball game. Just 5 batters in. It's still looking for their first base runner. Whitney Hansen steps in. And there again, Viroqua's defense not concerned about a bunt at all here. First pitch is to Hansen. That's in the dirt, taken for ball 1. Hansen hits this one to third, fielded cleanly by Swenson, and throws out Hansen in plenty of time. So 6 up, 6 down for Westby. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left. We have played 2 complete. It is still 0-0.
Scenic Bluffs Community Health Centers with medical, dental, behavioral health, chiropractic, acupuncture, and pharmacy services. They support all of your healthcare needs under one roof. Scenic Bluffs offering a sliding fee scale program to make high quality care more affordable. Schedule an appointment today, 654-5100.
Eagle Title Company, located on the north side of Coon Valley, 95 Central Avenue. Be sure to stop in, talk to Lori Holte regarding the 5 things not to do during your new property closing. Peace of mind and solid protection for you, the consumer, during your new purchase. Lori Holte, working only in Vernon, Monroe, and La Crosse counties to serve you.
And welcome back to Westby High School. 0-0 as we head to start to the top of the 3rd inning. Tonight's game also brought to you by Culver's, home of the concrete mixer. Culver's offers a flavor of the day each and every day, located at 1002 North Main Street in Viroqua. And the Daily Brew Company, 100 Washington Street. Call 608-634-4001. Family owned, the Ola Roots and Cades invites you to stop in and try the many delicious items on their menu. Daily Brew Company and the Eagle Title Company. Call 608-452-3160 or stop in and see either Lori or Sarah at 95 Central Avenue in Coon Valley. Eagle Title Company. And how about embroidery and more? For all your embroidery needs, from screen printing, commercial sewing, embroidering, or heat transferring, the place to go is Embroidery and More in Westby. Well, leading off here in the top of the 3rd for Viroqua is going to be the shortstop, Mara Anderson. She'll be followed by Emily Hubats, the right fielder, and then back to the top of the order, and Whitney Scrady in this 3rd inning. Berg ready to go on the first pitch of the 3rd inning coming, and that's lifted into right field. Stelner underneath it. No problem for her. And that's the first out of the inning. It's a fly ball to Stelner. That brings up the catcher, Emily Hubach. I'm sorry, the right fielder. So 1 pitch, 1 out here in the third for Berg and Westby. And Hubach swings and fouls that one back into Kennedy Brigham, the catcher. Asking if she's all right. She is. That pitch taken off the outside corner, maybe a little low for ball 1. Evens the count at 1-1. Corners playing step even with the base. Here's that one's tapped to Nedlund at second base. She cleans it up, flips to grass at first for out number 2. So 2 quick outs in this one for Westby and Jada Berg, and that brings us back to the top of the order. Whitney Scrady, who had an infield single first at bat, hit one kind of a swinging bunt up the left field line-ish and beat the throw out. Berg comes, and this one's laced into left field, and Lee's coming on and makes the catch. Well, that's a tough catch, and Lee's really played that nice. That was hit right at her, slicing away, and she stuck right with it, kind of made it into a diving, falling attempt, and that's a great play for Abby Lees to end this third inning. Let's see if Westby can capitalize on the good defense there. Well, we've no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. We've played 2.5 innings. It's 0-0. We'll be right back.
The Riverbank, with branch offices located in Coon Valley and Westby to serve all of your banking needs. When looking for that down-home financial help, be sure to stop in and talk to your local Riverbank associate. Since 1991, serving the greater Coulee region, it's the Riverbank.
The Varsity Funeral Home, dedicated to serving area families in time of need. Caring, professional guidance, always a must. Contact Gina Sherry for reliable, compassionate care. The loss of the life of a loved one is always a stressful time. Turn to Varsity Funeral Home, Westby and Viroqua. The Daily Brew Company, Westby's newest business. Stop in for terrific coffee and mouth-watering sandwiches each and every day. Located at 100 Washington Street. Call ahead, 634-4001. It's family owned. The Oleroots and Cades invite you to stop in.
And we're back here in Westby. Coming to the bottom of the third, still 0-0. Let's look at more of our great sponsors. Another really good one, Effingers Equipment Sales and Service, featuring steel, country clipper, simplicity, and much more. It's Effingers Equipment in Viroqua. Best of luck to the Eagles, Blackhawks, and Norsemen as they compete in the Coulee and Scenic Bluff Conference races. And Gunderson Health, Gunderson Viroqua Clinic, where health begins with comprehensive medical care for the whole family. Call today to schedule an appointment at 608-637-3195. Gunderson Health. And the Lynn's Home Center, serving the Cashion and surrounding communities for nearly 50 years. Their dedication to superior quality products at value prices is the goal for the customer. Well, Westby's going to lead off here with Maddie Comey, followed by the designated player Kylie Mulladahl, and the left fielder, Abby Lease, who made that great play to end the top of the third. See if Westby can get something going off of that momentum as that pitch is taken for a strike. Another one right on that outside corner. So the 0-1 coming to Comey, and that is hit right off the end of the bat foul, I believe. So Clark quickly ahead 0-2 to Comey. Swing and a miss, that one for strike 3. Thought it maybe hit the dirt, but no tag, no nothing, just a swinging strike 3. Third strikeout for Clark, and that's the first out of this third inning. That brings up designated player Kylie Muldall. And she swings through that one for strike 1. Clark doing a real good job, seems to be changing speeds well and really working those corners. Muldall looks at strike 2. Quickly down 0-2. Yeah, if the hitters haven't figured it out, they need to be up there looking to hit the softball. Pretty big zone, been a big zone both ways all game long. It's a hitter's and pitcher's dream, if you ask me. That one up in the zone, and Muldall swings through that one for strike 3 for the second out, and the fourth strikeout of the game for Clark, and that brings up the left fielder, Abby Lease. Pretty sure my camera work wasn't very good to show you that great catch. It was lined out to left and right at her from a left-handed batter, and she stayed right on it and made the catch. She looks for ball 1. That one's taken for a strike, and quickly evens the count at 1-1. And that one's taken for a strike, and it 1-2 now the count. Clark, that's a good spot. Keep working it up there, see how high he'll go. That evens the count at 2-2. Zoe Clark seems to be throwing it wherever she wants to tonight. Pitching a wonderful game so far for the Blackhawks. 2-2 with 2 outs now coming to Lease, and that one is fouled straight back. Stays alive. That one's hit. That's going to be trouble. That's going to get over the shortstop's head and fall in front of the center fielder for Westby's first hit of the ball game. Abby Lease is the first Westby base runner. It's going to bring back to the top of the order and Kennedy Brigham. And last night again at La Crescent, Westby did manage a couple of 2 out, with nobody on, and then ended up getting a couple of runs that way. Those are big runs, especially as we get to playoff time. So you get 2 out runs, especially with a rally started with 2 outs and nobody on. Let's see if Kennedy Brigham can keep it going here for the Norse as she swings at that one, and that one gets away. Now Lisa's going to take off. She'll stroll into second, no problem. So there it is. Base hit, has potential to score Lease from second. Brigham down 0-1. Good at bat in her first at bat. Did end up striking out, but took about 10 pitches to do it. As that one laced into left field, that's a base hit. Lease is going to come around third. She's going to try to score. The throw's coming on. It's cut off by Clark, and Kennedy Brigham has driven in Abby Lease for the game's first run, and that's what I'm talking about. Those are big runs in a game like this. You get nobody on and 2 outs. Lease gets a base hit, followed up with a pass ball to gets to second base, and Kennedy Brigham with a RBI single, and just like that, Westby has the 1-0 lead, and that brings up Olivia Nedlin now with a chance to keep this inning going and get to the big hitter in Kenzie Stelner. So Brigham on first, Nedlin the batter. She squares around just a straight bunt, and that pitch is taken for a ball. Infield corners move in for Viroqua. Olivia Nedlund has terrific speed. It's a tough out if she can get that bunt on the ground. We'll see what happens here. Brigham, the runner on first. Squares around a bunt again. Does get it down. It's going to roll foul. Evens the count at a ball and a strike. There again, I say that was just right out in front of the catch. If that stays fair, that's going to be a really tough play for Zitzner to make as Nedlund really gets up that line fast. There it is, and she squares around again and pulls back, and that one is taken for a strike. 1-2 the count. One and two is the count. Nedlund looks at strike three. So Westby does get the lead. They got one run on 2 hits. There were no errors, and there was 1 left. We have played 3 innings complete. Westby 1, Viroqua nothing.
Premier Co-op, serving members since 1893. Your corporate office located in Mount Horeb. Other sites include Cashton, Lafarge, Richland Center, Viroqua, Eastman, and Westby. Best of luck to all the area teams throughout the season. And they wish all of you a happy and prosperous new year. Coon Valley Telecommunications, located in the heart of Coon Valley. Coon Valley Telecommunications brings high-speed internet, HD television, and crisp phone service to the Coon Valley, Stoddard, and Chaseburg communities. Bringing fiber to the valley, that's the motto with Coon Valley Telecommunications. Give them a call, 608-452-3101.
And we're back here at Westby. We're headed to the top of the 4th inning. Westby grabbed a 1-0 lead in the bottom half of the 3rd. Coming up for Viroqua is going to be the pitcher Zoe Clark, followed by Bryn Swenson, the 3rd baseman, and the 2nd baseman Maddie Zuby here in the 4th inning. Some more of our sponsors: Main Street Designs. In need of a cut, color, or highlight? Leah Kroom Salon. Main Street Designs may be just what you're looking for. Conveniently located in the heart of Westby on, you guessed it, Main Street, 116 South Main Street to be exact. Give Leah a call at 608-634-3201 and set up an appointment today. And how about Main Street Mobile Mart in Viroqua? Your only family-owned convenience store, complete with the best car wash in town. That's Main Street Mobile Mart right there on Main Street in Viroqua. Miles of Smiles Child Care, located in the basement of Our Savior's Church at 306 South Main Street in Westby. Call Ashley Liam at 608-634-2833. Ages 6 through 10 years. Miles of Smile Child Care Center. Well, Clark stands in. We're ready to go here in the 4th inning. Viroqua now trails by a run as Westby grabbed that lead in the bottom of the 3rd with a couple of 2-out base hits to score Abby Lease. Kennedy Brigham with the RBI. And Berg's first pitch, that's taken for a strike, and the zone has been generous all night for both teams, so everybody's in their 2nd at bat now, so they should be ready to go. That pitch is taken low and away. That pitch is lined out of play down the right field line into quite a group of people. That one's going to come back right away. Now we're ready to go. 1-2 now to Clark. Berg has 4 strikeouts on the night, giving up just the 1 hit as that one's lined foul. Nice job at the plate by Clark to stay alive. Ball comes in, and we're going to do the 1-2 all over again.
Whatever's in there is what's in there. Oh, wait, yeah, there is a blue. Okay,
That one's tapped back to Berg. She fields it cleanly, flips over to grass, and Clark is retired here for the first out in the 4th inning. That's 10 in a row now retired by Berg since the leadoff single by Whitney Scrady way back at the top of the 1st. That brings up the third baseman, Bryn Swenson. She's had a fine day at third base. A couple of nice plays for the Blackhawks as this one's popped up and out of play behind the Viroqua dugout. Mad scramble for that softball, as I think when the kids bring it back to get a freezy, but I'm not sure on that one. And the 0-1 is fouled off of her foot there. Brings the count to 0-2. Once again, yeah, both pitchers have done a really, really nice job of getting ahead in the count. It's been a lot of 0-2, 1-2 counts in this one. Neither pitcher has yet to issue a walk. And this is a very, very speedy game. We're already here in the top of the 4th as that one is taken just off the outside corner. Evens the count at 2-2. No, I'm sorry, that's the first ball, 1-2. That was a great pitch by Berg as he's had a pretty generous strike zone and testing the limits of it and just missed with that one. And the 1-2 is popped up. That's going to be out of play. Back up on that hillside. Swenson doing a good job fighting off some pitches in this at-bat. And another 1-2 coming. Hit right back to Berg. She smothers that one and fires over to grass to retire Swenson. A couple of 1-3 putouts here in the 4th. 2 quick outs, and that brings up second baseman Maddie Zuby. Struck out in her first at bat way back in the 1st. And that one's popped up. Grass coming on, and she's going to be able to get under it and make the catch. Nice job by Easton Grass over there to come and corral that little pop-up, and that retires the side. So no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. We've played 3.5 innings. We'll come here with the bottom of the 4th here right after this. It is 1-0 Westby.
Viroqua Booster Club, supporting the many teams of the Viroqua High School. The Booster Club works closely with coaches and administration to assist in many ways. Contact Rob Klum, Dan Brown, or any Viroqua Booster Club officer. Get involved with the Blackhawks, supporting all athletes, every sport, every season.
Cashton Farm Supply. Since 1984, Cashton Farm Supply has focused on organic feed, manufacturing, and distribution. Stop in, talk to Ernie or any of his team, and discuss the benefits of organic farming. Located on Highway 27, just outside of Cashton. Best of luck to our area teams.
A great place to watch the big game, host a birthday party, and much more. You can always enjoy a euchre tournament or your own friendly game of cards. And of course, Be sure to get a dart team up and join the league later on in the year. Stop in Peck's Corner, just outside of Cashton. Say hi to Nick and all the gang. 3766 County Road D, Cashton.
And we are back here at Westby High School. It's 1-0. We're headed to the bottom of the fourth. Westby will come up with Kenzie Stelner, Jada Berg, and Hannah Nelson here in the bottom of the fourth. Some of our great sponsors, Mitby's TV and Appliance. Mitby's TV and Appliance, Mike Mitby and team wish the area teams best of luck throughout the year. 819 Front Street. See what the excitement is all about at Mitby's TV and Appliance. And we have Nordic Lanes coming in play. It's bowling season, just the end of bowling season here now, I bet, with leagues starting up and continuing throughout the fall and winter. While you're there, be sure to try one of their great tasting pizzas. Nordic Lanes right here in Westby, 634-4000. So Kenzie Stelner set to lead off here in the bottom of the fourth. Stelner flew out to left on a nice play in that left fielder by Emily Barra to end the first inning. First pitch to Stelner, she swings and misses, and Clark continues to kind of baffle Westby hitters. She's been spot on with their location so far tonight. Hasn't really made any mistakes. The 0-1, that one's popped straight up. First baseman coming over, makes the catch to retire Kenzie Stelner. That's the first baseman, Maggie Barra. So Stelner has flied out to both the Barra girls here in this one. First out of the fourth inning for Westby. That brings up the pitcher, Jada Berg, strikeout victim in her first at-bat back in the second. That pitch is in the dirt for ball one. And the 1-0 is hit hard past the shortstop. It's going to be a base hit for Berg. Fielded and played nicely in left field. Brings it in, keeps her at first base. So Berg gets Westby's third hit of the ball game. Courtesy runner coming in. That's going to be Kaylee Kerner. Quality runner there for Berg there, and Kaylee Kerner. Smart and good wheels. And there's that leadoff batter aboard for Westby, and that brings up, we have one away here in the bottom of the fourth. Hannah Nelson, now the batter. She flew out to the left fielder in her first at-bat as she squares to bunt, gets that pulled away, and Kerner is into second base with the stolen base. I believe the pitch was a ball. I'm going to try to see if I can verify. Sometimes it's hard to tell if he called an offer or not, but it should be 1-0. Nelson hits this one down the third baseline, just foul. Swenson was all over it on third. The 1-1 to Nelson is swung on for strike two. And once again, Zoe Clark just seems to be throwing it wherever she wants. It just keeps keeping Westby's hitters off balance. This count is now 1-2. The 1-2 to Nelson just stays alive off the end of the bat. She's just pounding that outside corner to both sides of the hitters and really pitching a wonderful game. Here comes the 1-2 to Nelson. That's hit foul. Nelson with a good pitch to hit. Fouls it away. Keeps the count at 1-2. Another 1-2 coming to Nelson. That's hit to the first baseman. Long way to go. So there's not going to be a play. There's nobody covering, and Nelson's going to get a base hit. Kind of a cheap one, as First baseman Berra ventured off to get that ball. Probably maybe should have let the second baseman take that one because there's going to be no way to get Kerner running from second to third on that one. Well, that's going to be another base hit for Westby, their fourth of the game. First and third now with one out. Whitney Hansen, the batter. Maddie Comey standing in on deck. And I'm sure there'll be some action on the base paths here soon as Whitney Hansen squares around the bunch. She pulls back. Kerner's got a late jump, but she's going to try to score. She's going to get in there pretty easily, and Nelson moves to second. So Westby grabs a 2-0 lead as Kerner scores on the wild pitch. Nelson moves to second. Pitch was a ball. Hansen was squared around the bunt but pulled away, and then the ball got by the catcher, allowing Kerner to score, who was running for Jada Berg, who had got this inning going with a one-out base hit. Coach Hopkins going to go and try to settle his infield down a little bit. It's we're pretty much halfway through this ball game right now. It just has the kind of feel of not going to be a lot of runs scored. So if you're Viroqua, really kind of want to put the clamps on, keep yourself in this one, because I think runs are going to be hard to come by. So 1-0 now to Whitney Hansen. Hannah Nelson now at second base. Here she comes, and Hansen not squaring to bunt, but looks at strike one. Evens the count at a ball and a strike. The 1-1 to Hansen is fouled off of her foot. Brings the count to a very familiar one in this ball game, 1-2. We've had a lot of those counts in this one. See what Clark comes up with here to Whitney Hansen. Here it comes, and that is taken for ball 2, low and away. Good hold there by Hansen, evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. And here comes the 2-2 as Hansen hits this one to third. Kind of bobbled a little bit, and that's going to be no play. Would have had to hurry. Kind of fell out of her glove and then couldn't pick it up. So Hansen's going to reach on the air by Swenson. Nelson forced to stay put on second. So it's first and second. Still only one out. Maddie Comey is the hitter for Westby. 2 on now with just 1 away here in the fourth. That's ball 1, low. Westby has 1 across in this inning to make it a 2-0 lead. And the 1-0 to Comey is hit right back to the pitcher. They're going to take it to third for the lead runner. Nice play by Clark to get the lead runner and the second out. So 1-5 on the putout, but Comey is at first base. That brings up designated player Kylie Maudall. So first and second still now with 2 outs. Maudall, strikeout victim, her first at bat. That pitch lined up the middle. That's going to be a base hit. Hansen's going to come around and score. There might be a play. Here comes the throw, and she is safe. Didn't know if there was a tag applied on the backside. A little bit of a delayed call by the umpire. Viroqua bench is pretty unhappy. But Hansen scores from second. That's a big run, RBI single for Maudall. Comey stopped at second base. Third hit of the inning, second run across. Boy, that was a really close play. Nice relay by Viroqua, and really tough from my angle to tell if there was a tag on the backside, but it was darn close. Lease looks at ball one. There's pitch taken for strike one, evens the count on the ball on a strike. So 2 runs now crossed here in the bottom of the fourth has extended this lead to 3-0 Westby. There is 2 away. Coulee, the runner, on second. Molidal, the runner, at first. And Abby Lease, the batter. Kennedy Brigham in the on-deck circle. As Lease, a little defensive swing at that one, brings the count to 1-2. Lease with a single and a run scored back in the third. Started out that inning with 2 outs. Hit a little pop-up in front of the center fielder and behind the shortstop. Got to second base on a pass ball and scored on the base hit by Brigham. That pitch is taken off the outside corner. Evens the count at 2-2. So yeah, these kind of situations can be the difference in games like these. You got a runner in scoring position with 2 outs, and you get that 2-out hit. Sometimes that's the difference in advancing in the playoffs. And there's a tapper up third. This is going to be a tough play, too. Goes to third, not going to be a play. Shortstop was over to cover, but I don't think there's going to be a play at third, and Lease runs pretty well. I don't know if there'd have been a play at first either. Either way, we're going to call it a fielder's choice with no out recorded. That's going to load the bases for Kennedy Brigham. Coulee now the runner at third. Molidal at second. Lease, the runner, at first, and the leadoff batter for Westby, Kennedy Brigham, with an RBI single back in the third. Big play here. That's down the line, just foul. Right about where she hit the last one. The last one she kept fair by a couple feet, and this one danced foul before it got to that bag. So Clark ahead. No balls and a strike. Key moment in this game, I feel, right here. 2 outs, bases loaded. Westby with a 3-0 lead. Chance to break it wide open here in the bottom of the fourth. The pitch to Brigham is fisted. Shortstop backpedaling and makes the catch. So Joey Clark makes a great pitch to get out of that. Leaves the bases loaded. But Westby does get 2 runs on 3 hits. There was a couple of errors, and there were 3 left. We have played 4 innings. It is Westby 3, Viroqua nothing.
The VFW of Viroqua, on the south side, supporting and honoring many veterans in the area. The Viroqua VFW lends itself to welcoming veterans of all ages to their post. Remember, no one does more for veterans than the VFW. Thank you to those who have served our great country and to those servicemen and women that are doing so currently. To buying or selling your home, contact Carmen Fortune, your New Directions real estate expert, now located in Viroqua as well as Westby. Carmen at newdirectionsre.com. Carmen Fortune, New Directions Real Estate, serving the Coulee and Driftless regions of Wisconsin. Miles of Smiles Child Care Center, LLC, located in the basement of Our Savior's Church, downtown Westby, 306 South Main. Be sure to call Ashley Liam at 608-634-2833, ages 6 weeks through 10 years. There's a ton of fun and life learning experiences waiting for your child at Miles of Smiles Child Care.
And we're back here in Westby. Check out some more of our great sponsors. Peck's Corner, terrific homemade luncheon specials every day, from brats and baked beans, chili with grilled ham and cheese, potato, hamburger, casserole, tacos, and homemade loaded potato soup. There's always something delicious at Peck's Corner. And Premier Co-op. Premier Cooperative, exceeding expectations since 1893 for your farm, home, business, and automotive needs. Call the Westby office at 608-634-3184. And Riverbank, now with offices located in Coon Valley and Westby to serve all of your banking needs. And how about Rural Mutual Insurance? Stop in and see Kevin Blusky for your farm business insurance needs. Your Westby-based insurance company that keeps your money in the state. So Westby was able to get a couple of Rural Mutual Insurance runs in that fourth inning to bring their lead to 3-0. We come to the top of the fifth inning. We're going to have Maggie Barra leading off, followed by Emily Barra and Braylon Zitzner and Mara Anderson, if anyone able to reach. We have a substitution, as at least a defensive substitution anyway, as Emma Salverson is in to play third base for Maddie Comey. See where they are in the lineup. Sometimes Maddie will continue to bat, as Westby's done this before, but we'll see when that spot comes in the lineup. As of right now, Emma Salverson playing third base. Maggie Barra is the leadoff batter here in the top of the fifth for Viroqua, trailing by 3-0 here. Well, I tell you what, they gave up a couple runs in that bottom of the fourth, but they did leave the bases loaded. They had the leadoff batter and the bases loaded, so a good sign for Viroqua. They stayed in this ball game. Zoe Clark able to make a really good pitch on the hands of Kennedy Brigham and get out of that mess as Barra swings at strike one. The 0-1 coming, taken high. Evens the count at a ball and a strike. Maggie Barra, this is the first baseman, Maggie Barra, a strikeout victim her first at bat. And the 1-1 is grounded foul right at Coach Hopkins, and soft hands by Coach Hopkins, gobbles that one up, and we're ready to play here. Ball and 2 strikes. And there's a swinging strike 3, and Maggie Barra is a strikeout victim here to lead off the top of the fifth. That brings up the left fielder, Emily Barra. A couple nice plays out in left field for her in this one. She struck out back in the second. Fifth strikeout recorded by Berg in this one. That one's tapped to Salverson. A little bit of a bobble, and I don't think there's going to be a play as she beats that one out. But once you know it, you're kind of a defensive substitution. You get in, that ball is going to find you pretty much immediately. A little bit of a bobble there is going to force the error on Salverson. So Barra aboard with one away, and that brings up Braylon Zitzner. Also a strikeout victim back in the second. First pitch is fouled straight back. Viroqua trailing by 3. We'll see if they get anything going on the base paths here. They haven't had a base runner since the first inning. The leadoff infield single by Whitney Scrady, and they've been retired in order since up until that play. That's hit into left. That's going to be a base hit. Lease coming on and gets that ball in. Keeps the runners at first and second, but Viroqua has something going here with one away in the fifth. Emily Barra moves to second. Braylon Zitzner at first. I believe we're going to get a courtesy runner for the catcher. A little bit of confusion. Somebody's going to come out of that dugout. Zitzner's halfway in the dugout. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get you a name. I don't have a complete roster for Viroqua, unfortunately. Number 15 coming in to be the courtesy runner for Braylon Zitzner, the catcher. That brings up Myra Anderson. She flew out to Stelner in right, her first at bat. Well, if Viroqua can get some runs here, that'd be a really big momentum boost. If that one's hit foul, that's probably going to be not quite out of play, but falls to the ground, and we'll do an 0-1. Yeah, big moment in this game in that fourth inning. We'll see if Viroqua could take advantage. They gave up a couple of runs, like I said, but left the bases loaded to keep this just a 3-run game. And now they're threatening here first and second with one out. And Mara Anderson at the plate trying to get into that scoring column as that pitch is taken high. Evens the count at a ball and a strike. So Berg had retired 13 in a row before that error on Salverson and the base hit. And the count now 1-2. Westby been playing pretty good defense in this one, notably that catch out in left field by Abby Lease. That pitch is taken for a strike, and that's going to be strike 3. Once again, that high strike zone coming into play as Anderson goes down looking for the second out, and that brings up the right fielder, Emily Hubach, grounded out to Nedlund at second base in her first at bat. And that's a little tapper. Berg's going to go cut that one off, flip it over to grass, and the side is retired. But the Viroqua gets no runs on 1 hit. There was an error, and there was 2 left. We have played 4.5. Westby with a 3-0 lead. We will be right back.
Vernon Memorial Healthcare. VMH is committed to making your visit a 5-star patient experience anytime you need them. Find out more by going to vmh.org/5starcare. 16 straight years of outstanding service based on Centers for Medicare and Medicaid. All this right here in Viroqua.
When you think of a co-op, farms may come to mind, but it's the people that make a cooperative thrive. At the Chaseburg Co-op, that means everyone who's involved. Those who work there, members who do business, even customers passing through for anything from gas to tires. It's local. It's people coming together community-wide and beyond. You don't have to be a member of the Chaseburg Co-op to do business with them, but it sure has its perks, and it's free. Ask how you can become a member. The Chaseburg Co-op, your locally owned co-op.
Nordic Lanes on the north side of Westby, a proud sponsor of today's wrestling event. Scott and Susan Sordahl wishing all the best to the area wrestlers. Be sure to stop in at Nordic Lanes as they offer a full menu, including the best pizza in the area. And don't forget that mouth-watering specials that they have throughout the week. Good luck once again to our area wrestlers.
And we are back here at Westby, heading to the bottom of the 5th. Westby with a 3-0 lead. They have Olivia Nedlund, Kenzie Stelner, and Jada Berg coming up in this bottom half of the 5th. Some more of our great sponsors. We have Scenic Bluffs Community Health Center serving Cashton, Norwalk, Viroqua, and La Crosse, the surrounding communities with the most up-to-date medical care for everyone. Scenic Bluffs Community Health Care Center. And Sealand's Carpetland, located in the heart of Coon Valley. When it comes to your flooring needs, no one is better than Sealand's Carpetland. Call Paige, Tim, or any of their team members today. 452-3129. How about Sleepy Hollow? Looking for that newer used vehicle? Look no farther than Sleepy Hollow in Viroqua. Be sure to contact Spanky and all the gang for your next vehicle. Looks like we're about ready to go here. Olivia Nedlund stands in. Zoe Clark ready to go here in the bottom of the 5th. Squares around and hits that one foul. Nedlund 0 for 2, popped up to the third baseman and had a looking strikeout back in the 4th. Squares around to bunt and can't get that one down either. It's 0-2 quickly. Here comes the 0-2. That's outside. So 1-2 now to Nedlund. And that is strike 3. I believe he called that a strike. He didn't signal a swing there, so another looking strikeout for Nedlund. And that high, wide strike zone comes into play again. Well, I say he's been that way the whole game. Now everybody's into their 3rd and 4th at bats. They should be up there ready to hit. And there's Stelner. That one is in the dirt. Ball and no strikes to Stelner. Stelner 0 for 2 with a pop up to the first baseman and a fly out to left. As this one's lined into the gap. That's going to get down for a base hit. Barra over to cut it off and get it in and hold Stelner to a single. And Westby has a base runner with one out here in the bottom of the fifth. That brings up Jada Berg. She singled back in that fourth inning. Her courtesy runner, Kaylee Kerner, ended up coming around to score. Stelner, the runner at first. Berg swinging away here. Hits that back up the middle. Snared by Clark. What a play. Throws to first to get the out. And very athletic play by Zoe Clark. And plays like that, that's what that can kill a potential big inning. But Stelner does move to second. A great play by Clark retires Berg for the second out. That brings up the center fielder, Hannah Nelson. She had a base hit in that fourth inning. She tapped one to the first baseman who looked to maybe go to third and then had no play when she realized she didn't have a play. So an infield single for Nelson makes her 1 for 2. That pitch called a ball, low and away, I believe. Evens the count at a ball and a strike. Lined up the middle, that's a base hit for Nelson. Stelner's going to come around and score with ease. And Nelson with the RBI single. Another 2-out run for the Lady Norse. Brings the lead to 4-0. That moving up Whitney Hansen. See if Westby can tack on another 2-out run here. Another Rural Mutual Insurance run for the Lady Norse as Whitney Hansen stands in. The pitch by Clark is high and outside. Nelson, good speed on first. A good time to just go maybe swipe that bag and try to get her in scoring position with 2 outs. Hansen hits that one foul. Evens the count at a ball and a strike. Ball and a strike with 2 outs to Whitney Hansen. Pitch tapped up the third base line, going to roll foul. Brings the count to a ball and 2 strikes. Here comes the 1-2. Lays off the high one there. Evens the count at 2-2. So 2-2 with 2 outs. Nelson, the runner at first. Shortstop Whitney Hansen batting. There's strike 3 on the outside corner. That ends the inning, but Westby picks up another big insurance run there as they increase lead to 4-0. So Westby gets a run on 2 hits. There was 1 left, no errors, and after 5 complete, Westby has a 4-0 lead.
Main Street Designs. If you're in need for a cut, color, or highlight, be sure to contact Leah Kroon. Main Street Designs may be just what you're looking for. Conveniently located in the heart of Westby, 116 South Main Street. Give Leah a call today, 634-3201, and set up your appointment. When it comes to all your building supply requirements, be sure to stop in At Cashton Building Supply, Kevin Kirking has you covered when it comes to quality building products. And while you're there, be sure to talk to Courtney Coulee for any and all of your design renovations. CBS Design has your plans come to life with a terrific 3D model. It's a winning combination, Cashton Building Supply and CBS Designs.
Vernon Manor Healthcare Center, located just outside of Viroqua, a county-owned long-term care and rehabilitation facility. Be sure to call Amanda Huff or any of her crew at 637-5400 and find out why you are treated like family at Vernon Manor Healthcare Center.
Well, we're back here in Westby. Westby adding another run there in the bottom half of the fifth, has a 4-0 lead going into the sixth inning. Viroqua will have the top of the order coming up in the top of the sixth. Look at a couple more of our great sponsors. Sweet Valley Artisan and Valley Fudge and Candy, where old-fashioned quality meets today's fresh new flavors. Handcrafting over 75 delightful flavors of fudge made with our very own local Westby Cooperative Creamery butter. Sweet Valley Artisans and Valley Fudge and Candy. How about Vernon Communications Cooperative? Serving DeSoto, Genoa, Lafarge, Liberty Pole, Reedstown, Viola, Viroqua, Yuba, and Westby with top-quality technologies such as telephone and internet service. So Whitney Scrady stands in. We're ready to start the sixth inning. Berg has pitched a gem here, just allowing 2 hits. That one gets away from Whitney Hansen. She's going to try to get second. Throw coming on. There's going to be a play, and she is out at second base. So very alert there. Nedlin get over to cover. Hansen went after that, picked it up, fired to second base, and was able to get Scrady out at second. So that's going to be 6-4 on the putout. We're going to call that a base hit for Scrady, but thrown out trying to steal an extra base there. That brings up Zoe Clark, the pitcher, who looks at strike one. She grounded out to the pitcher in the first at bat, had a sacrifice bunt in the first inning, so officially 0 for 1. And there's strike 2. Clark seems to be a little bit frustrated with the zone. So quickly 0-2. Clark chokes up, just trying to get this one in play, and looks at ball 1. Kind of turns around and looks to make sure that one was a ball. And here comes the 1-2. And good piece of hitting to stay alive on that one. And she just got a piece of it. Count remains a ball and 2 strikes. We're 1 out here in the top of the 6th. Getting late here now. Viroqua trails by 4. I'm sure Coach Hopkins would love to see if they could chew into this lead just a little bit, give him a chance in the 7th. That one's lined into right field, hooking foul. Oh, another good piece of hitting there with 2 strikes from Clark. So we'll do the 1-2 all over again with 1 out here in the 6th. Inside, little soft liner right back to Berg. And she makes the catch for the 2nd out of the inning. That brings up Bryn Swenson, who is 0 for 2 with a couple ground outs to Berg, the pitcher. And there's another one right back to Berg. Gobbles it up, flips over to grass, and another 1-2-3 inning for Jada Berg. We have played 5.5. Westby has a 4-0 lead. We will be right back.
Award-winning service from the best small technology company in the nation. It's Vernon Communications in Westby and Viroqua. For local high school sporting events, community coverage, be sure to check out Vernon Communications Channel 14. Superior technology to our local communities for over 60 years.
Cade Clearing. When it comes to clearing out old tree stumps or taking down hazardous trees, be sure to contact Cade Clearing. Brett at 608-615-0827 or Riley at 608-632-3678. Fully insured for your protection. Cade Clearing. Call today for a free estimate.
Main Street Mobile Mart, downtown Viroqua. Stop in and pick up your last-minute fishing requirements, bait to tackle, and even a quick snack. It's Viroqua's Mobile Mini Mart. Keep your vehicle running smoothly with Synergy Mobile Fuel. Rob and the whole gang wish everyone the best of luck during the 2021 season.
And we're back here in Westby, heading to the bottom of the sixth. It's 4-0 Westby. Some more of our great sponsors, Vernon Manor Healthcare. Vernon Manor Healthcare, located just outside of Viroqua, is a county-owned long-term care and rehabilitation facility. A scenic countryside and a beautiful outdoor area for you and your family to visit and relax with your loved one. Activity room and dining room for our patients. Remember, you are treated like family when you are here. Vernon Manor Healthcare Center. And Vernon Electric, Touchstone Energy Cooperative, located at 110 Saugstead Road in Westby, providing over 10,000 patrons electricity in southwest Wisconsin. And about Vernon Memorial Healthcare, VMH is committed to making your visit a 5-star patient experience anytime you need them. Find out more by going to vmh.org. 5-star care. 16 straight years of outstanding service based on Centers for Medicare and Medicaid. So leading off for Westby is Maddie Comey. Re-entering for Emma Salverson. Comey swings at strike one. Maddie struck out in the third, reached on a fielder's choice, and scored back in the fourth. And hits this one to the second baseman. Easy play, flips over to first, and Comey is retired for out number one in the bottom of the sixth. So we are getting late, but a very fast game is not all that uncommon for Westby to play quick games. Jada throws a lot of strikes and tends to keep the game moving pretty well. That brings up designated player Kylie Muldall. She is 1 for 2, had an RBI single back in the fourth, and struck out in the third. So we have one away here in the sixth. Muldall, the batter, looks at strike one. And the 0-1 is let hard past the shortstop for another base hit. Muldall with another hit. She's done a really nice job coming in as that designated player for Westby. Picks up her second hit of the ball game, and another base runner for the Lady Norse, bringing up Abby Lease. Abby Lease is 1 for 2. Reached on a fielder's choice in the fourth at a single and a run scored. First run of the game back in the third, along with a fine catch out in left field. That was to end the first inning, saved a run. That one is taken for a ball, 2-0. I feel like that one's been a strike most of the game. I'm sorry, that catch by Abby Lease was actually back in the third inning. And that pitch is taken upstairs, ball 3. And I think this might be the first 3-ball count of the game for either side. it's been one of those games, each pitcher just pounding that strike zone. So 3-0 the count here. That pitch is taken for ball 4. Must have been just a little bit low, and that's the first walk of the ball game for either side. And Westby now with runners at first and second for the top of the order. Chance to get some more rural mutual insurance runs. And here comes a pitch to Brigham. This is popped straight up. Should be an infield fly rule. Home plate umpire on top of that one and makes the correct call. Caught anyway, it doesn't really matter. We'll record that as a pop out to the second baseman for the second out of the inning. That brings up Olivia Nedlin now. Nedlin is 0 for 3, a couple of strikeouts and a pop up to third. And kind of the victim of that, we'll call it a generous strike zone. But 1-0 now to Nedlin. Big hitter Kenzie Stelner behind her as that one's tapped foul. Evens the count at a ball and a strike. And I'm going to say it before she comes up, but if these bases are loaded, Kenzie Stelner has had a wonderful year with the bases loaded. I think she has, is it 3 Grand Slams this year? 3 Grand Slams, 3 of her 5 home runs, I think, are Grand Slams. And that's not a case many players can make. I figure I won't jinx her if she's not at the plate when I'm saying it. So 2 balls and a strike now to Nedlin. And that's taken for strike 2, evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes now with 2 outs. Well, and if you're Westby, you really want to give Kenzie a chance here. And only 3 outs to get, but they only need 4 runs, so a little insurance wouldn't hurt. And that's tapped foul up the third baseline. And we'll do it again at 2-2. Here comes the 2-2. That's taken upstairs. Another full count. Sorry, just the first full count. Lease walked on 4 pitches. Second 3-ball count of the game for Zoe Clark. Kind of tells you how she's pitched tonight. We're in the 6th inning, folks. And there's ball 4. So Nedlin with a good at-bat draws the walk. And that brings up Kenzie Stelner now with a chance to get some insurance runs. Stelner is 1 for 3 with an RBI, or a run scored, I'm sorry. She had a base hit back in the 5th to get that rally started. And here comes the pitch to Stelner. It's hit to left. Got under just a little bit. Barra underneath it and makes the catch to retire the side. So once again, Westby leaves the bases loaded, second time in this ball game. But they get no runs on 1 hit. There were 3 left, and we have played 6.5 innings. We played 6 complete. We're coming up to the 7th inning. Westby has a 4-0 lead. We'll be right back.
Bethel Home and Services provides independent apartments, memory care, assisted living, at-home assistance, transportation, spiritual care, and much more. Be sure to contact Pastor Trevor Scrady today for more information. Bethel Home and Services, ready to serve you.
Lynn's Home Center, downtown Cashton. Lynn's Home Center is open 7 days a week, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5:30 p.m., and Saturdays until 5. Major appliances, Whirlpool, Maytag, and Amana for you to choose from. Be sure to call Lynn's Home Center, 654-7844. And remember, if they don't have it, you don't need it.
What is it that makes you powerful? Having a voice. When you're part of a Touchstone Energy cooperative, your voice is heard, loud and clear. Because you're more than a customer, you're a member. Most important, you're connected to all the other members in our community, to your hometown electric co-op, and to the people who've been there for you year after year. Touchstone Energy Cooperatives, your source for power and information.
And we're back here in Westby. We're going to check out some more of our great sponsors here, as this one's getting late quick on me here. We're headed to the 7th inning, Westby with a 4-0 lead. Some more of our great sponsors, the VFW of Viroqua. Viroqua's Post 3032 wishes the best to all of this year's participants and best of luck to the Eagles, Blackhawks, and Norsemen. Remember, always represent yourself, your team, and your community with class. VFW of Viroqua. Viroqua Booster Club. Thank you to the Viroqua Booster Club fans, parents, and alumni for their great financial and moral support throughout the years, supporting all athletes, every sport, every season. The Viroqua Booster Club. And the Viroqua Dental Center. Experience the gentler side of dentistry by setting up your next appointment with Dr. Leanne Klum, 608-637-2655. Dr. Leanne Klum is happy to announce the offering of clear aligner orthodontic services known as Invisalign. And we have the Varsity Funeral Home, supporting area families for over 50 years. Be sure to contact your friends at the Varsity Funeral Home in Westby or Viroqua. So Berg's ready to go here, facing the cleanup batter, Maddie Zuby, followed by Maddie Zuby by Maggie Berra, and then Emily Berra, as that pitch is fouled off for strike one. Zuby is 0 for 2 as a strikeout and popped out to grass at first back in the 4th. So Westby has just allowed 3 base runners in this game, 1 in the 1st and then not another one until there was back-to-back, an error and a single in the 5th. As this one's popped up, grass coming over, she's calling and makes the catch for out number 1. And Westby is now 2 outs away from a perfect Coulee Conference season. That brings up the first baseman, Maggie Berra, as she pops this one foul and up and out of play. Getting really down to crunch time now for Viroqua. Just 2 outs to play with, needing 4 runs. And this game also brought to you by the Westby Co-op Creamery. Check out all of your favorite dairy products from the Westby Co-op Creamery. Cottage cheese, yogurt, and all kinds of cheese. And remember to pick up those great cheese curds. And there's a tapper to Nedland at second. Throw to first, and just like that, they're 2 away. And that brings up Emily Berra, the left fielder. She reached on an error in the 5th and struck out in the 2nd, so officially 0 for 2. And Berg has the sign ready to go. 1 out away here from defeating Viroqua and capturing a perfect 12-0 conference record for this Westby girls softball team. Today's game also brought to you by the Westby Co-op Credit Union. Westby WCCU now has 9 area offices located in central and southwest Wisconsin. WCCU, as this one's lifted into left, Lease coming over, has a track on it, makes the catch, and Westby has defeated Viroqua by a score of 4-0. We will be right back with some totals and closing comments. Until then, stick with us. We'll be right back.
The Bank of Cashton and Scott Wall hope that you are enjoying today's special broadcast. Be sure to contact Ann Kaiser for all of your HSA or other insurance questions that you may have. 654-5121. Best of luck to the Cashton Eagles. From your friends, it's the Bank of Cashton, serving the area since 1899. Mutual Insurance, the Kevin Blusky Agency, with farm pack policies that provide comprehensive coverage for your home and personal items. Your leader in the farm coverage business, Rural Mutual. Stop in and see Kevin today. Your Wisconsin-based insurance company that keeps your money in the state. Home, condo, and personal insurance coverage as well. All this from Kevin Blusky, Rural Mutual Insurance. Stop in at Brockton Bar and Grill. When it comes to the best grilled chicken from May through October, there's no place like the Rockton Bar. Stop in, say hi to Jody and all the gang just outside of Lafarge. Delicious lunch and evening specials each and every day. Good luck to all of the area wrestlers throughout the state tournament trail.
And we're back here in Westby. Once again, Westby defeats Viroqua 4-0. Some totals: Viroqua on the offensive side got just 2 hits tonight. One by Whitney Scrady to lead off the ball game, and another one by Braylon Zitzner back in the 5th. And Viroqua had a runner reach on an error, so they had just 3 base runners all night. And Jada Berg had pitched to Jim, ended up with 5 strikeouts, but really pitched a beautiful game. And Viroqua, same can be said for Zoe Clark. She pitched a dandy. She was throwing the ball wherever she wanted to, and Westby had to earn every one of those 4 runs. But offensively for Westby, Kennedy Brigham was 1 for 4 with an RBI. Kenzie Stelner was 1 for 4 with a run scored. Jada Berg was 1 for 3. Kaylee Kerner, the courtesy runner, scored a run. Hannah Nelson was 2 for 3 with a couple of RBIs. Whitney Hansen had a run scored. Kylie Maladal was 2 for 3 with an RBI. And Abby Lease was 1 for 2 with a run scored. Jada Berg once again had 5 strikeouts. Zoe Clark had 1, 2, 4. Zoe Clark had 4 strikeouts. So Zoe Clark and Jada Berg put on a show tonight from the mound. Both pitchers pitched very well. Westby is able to scratch across 4 runs and earn the victory, and got presented their Coulee Conference Championship plaque. And a fine season for these Westby Lady Norse as they run the Coulee Conference schedule undefeated at 12-0. So with that, Viroqua is going to play Richland Center at home on Thursday night. That's a 7-10 matchup. That winner will play at River Valley following Tuesday. Westby is going to have a bye in round 1, and they will play the winner of Lancaster and Westfield, I believe, here next Tuesday. So until then, tune into Viroqua on Thursday night, and hopefully both Viroqua and Westby on the following Tuesday, a week from today. With that, thank you very much for watching.